Breezy,
Gritty, this that 9 to
Mo's nose, Peachy, fear the dog.
It's about that time, everybody turn your TVs on. The Mo's nose, Peachy, Breezy, and Fair to God. They keep it nitty gritty when they bring you 9 to talk. We two gorilla, silverback, nah, silver
You know it's
horse.
busting the discussion cause we get it in. Every time you know we grinding, I was 8 to 10. We always play to win. The faithful going hard. It's Wayne, Breezy, Peachy, Mo's nose, and Fear to God. Let's get it.
Nitty gritty, this the 9 to talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the 9 to talk. We outline players up in chalk. Nitty gritty, this the 9 to talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the 9 to talk. Nitty gritty, this the 9 to talk.
Welcome, everybody. Nitty Gritty Niners Talk. We are back. That's right. It's Monday. We knew we were going to be bringing you that Nitty Gritty Niners Talk. And we got a great episode for everybody out there because today we're going to predict the ultimate San Francisco 49ers 53-man roster, which will be released on tomorrow. I believe the deadline's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. San Francisco 49ers, as well as the other 31 teams in the NFL, have to trim their rosters down to 53 men. Peachy, what's going on? How you doing on this Monday? Because I got some questions for you. I can't wait till we dive into this.
Oh Lord, I am doing pretty good actually. My work day was kind of crazy, but you know, it was one of those manic Mondays where everything in the world that could go wrong did go wrong. But I got distracted by checking on our 49ers to see what was going on, to see if some miracle happened. But nope, a miracle happened to the Cowgirls instead. So
hey man, when you got an owner that's not afraid to spend money, that's what it comes down to. I mean, hey, people talk trash about Jerry Jones.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But you can't talk trash about him because he puts his money where his mouth is.
Yeah.
And you know, they don't care about the future. Like they're not looking for, like, tomorrow's not promised. So
I honestly think that this 49ers team, like Breezy has said time and time again, is the only team in the National Football League that cares about this thing called a salary cap.
It's weird because it's like they do, and then there's times that they don't. I don't know. The stuff that's going on within the 49ers organization, the front office, you know, as far as, you know, bringing players back, they bring back who they want back. Like, so
that's a good point.
You know, let's
That's
not
true.
make, you know,
Pick and choose, selective. Yeah,
they're very selective, which is weird. But why be selective with the wide receiver that, you know, I don't understand. So I don't understand the selective processing going on right now.
I don't either.
And so it's a little weird. But I tell you what, you know, we'll kick the show off with this. John Lynch is speaking on Wednesday. Now, I don't know if you're going to be happy, ecstatic, or whatever. Are you expecting and the 49ers announced this, are you expecting John Lynch on Wednesday? It's the day after they select their 53-man roster as well as the 17 practice squad candidates. Do you think we're going to get any closer to either Brandon Ayuk or Trent Williams, PG? Like, I want to start the show off with a bang. Like,
no. I don't. And I don't think John Lynch is going to say anything but whatever his PR rep tells him that he needs to say, and that's it. Or whatever he wants to say. I just do not see him being transparent one bit. I really don't.
So what the hell does he have to talk about? Like, no one cares about, like, we can figure out our own why you picked this player. I mean, we've been following the team too, so we know why you select this guy, you chose this guy. What else could John Lynch possibly need to say?
I don't know. There's no telling. Unless he's got bad news, which is really crazy.
Yeah,
like
he doesn't talk. He doesn't say the bad news either. That's my point.
I'm talking about like bad news.
What bad news would there be?
Like, I don't know. That Trent up and decides that he's gonna retire.
I'm just saying he
wasn't going to.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think he would come out and say that in a bad news situation. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
look, either he's gonna look. The way I look at it is, it could be that, it could be good, it could be bad, or it could just be plain old John Lynch talking about why they chose
Such and such player.
Brandon Allen over Josh Dobbs.
That's it, Breezy. That's exactly what it is. When we find out who quarterback 2 is,
Quarterback
you can go
2.
through this long spiel as to why they made this decision and
John's gonna be
how
like-
great these other players are going to be out
Yep.
there in the National Football League. And
John Lynch is going to be like this. Well, Brandon Allen has, Jimmy Garoppolo qualities, and he could do some things that we had when we had Jimmy, and we just felt like he's just a better fit for our system. Yet on film, we just watched Josh Dobbs. He's the only quarterbacks that led to scoring drives.
Yes.
I don't know if people watched the
Yes.
games, but Dobbs made sure that the 49ers got in the end zone.
yes, exactly.
So weird. So weird.
It just to me, to be honest, it doesn't seem like it's going to be anything spectacular. I can't remember I guess maybe he's spoken after every single one of these. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look and see if maybe this is just par for the course and this is just something he comes out for a couple of minutes and says something.
Here's my take, right? And here's what frustrates me. Frustrates me. Not fuss, but frustrates me, because that's how you spell it. It's spelled whatever. Here's what pisses me the freak off, right? I'm saying to myself, if you're the San Francisco 49ers, you want Brandon Ayuk on this roster.
Of course.
He makes your team better, opposed to him not being on the roster, right?
Yes.
Now, I understand from a team's perspective, you got to find a way to cut some money here, cut some money there, cut some money, whatever. Why can't they figure out a different way to cut the money? I know that without Brandon Ayuk, this team wouldn't be where it got to last season. People can miss me with that. They can say whatever. I'm going to go out and say if he doesn't catch that ball off of the Detroit Lion defender's head, then we're not in the Super Bowl. And if that's a bad take, then that's a bad take. But that's what happened. We watched it happen. And I know Brock Purdy stepped up and did some things and did some stuff on his feet, but it was that big catch that changed the whole momentum of that NFC Championship game. And next thing you know, the 49ers go on this rah-rah comeback and they win the game. So it's like that right there alone should hold so much weight opposed to what's going on. Now, here's where it kind of gets misconstrued for me, because it's like, I know the Niners want him, and I know Brandon Ayuk wants to be here. But is the 4th year, the 5th year, whatever that extra thing is that they're looking for, is that really the holdup? Because the Niners should have been traded Brandon Ayuk, and Brandon Ayuk should have been signed with the Niners. Signed with a different team.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. This is just crazy right here, what's going on. This should have already have been resolved months ago.
Right.
It's really going to make me mad if we wind up trading him when we could have gotten so much more for him around the draft.
That's the
It will
kicker.
really make me so angry if we wind up trading him anyway.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that John Lynch, because they can't iron out this final whatever, do you think at this point Lynch is like, you know what? This is not going to get any better, and let's get as much as we can for him now? Either way, I didn't think the draft pick was going to help us now. Either way, I didn't think there was going to be a receiver we could have drafted that could have done what Brandon Ayuk did, because we weren't drafting high in the draft. And even if we are, you needed a Rome Odunze, a Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., or Brian Thomas Jr. I thought those were the top 4 receivers that would have been able to come in and make an impact their rookie season. And now I'm not crapping on any of the other receivers they got drafted. I'm just talking about that could have took that role of getting open, doing certain things that Brandon Ayuk did. But we didn't have the luxury to draft here. But you know what else will make me mad? The simple fact that you said if they actually do trade him and it's like the timing is totally off. I'm starting to think that I think Brandon Ayuk is in a doghouse again. Yes, I think he's back in a doghouse. And what do I mean by that? At the end of the season, that Super Bowl game, it struck a wrong chord in Brandon Ayuk. I talked about me being frustrated. That man let all his emotions out in an interview when he was exiting. And not only did he almost cry, he pretty much said, if they would have just threw me the damn ball, we would win the game. That's kind of what I took from the interview. I don't think they like that. I don't think the 49ers organization like that. And I think the 49ers organization is standing on what they are, and they're being stubborn in this situation because it's clear that Brandon Ayuk doesn't want to go anywhere. It's clear. It's clear. It's clear and present danger. He wants to be here in the Bay trying to win a championship. The only thing that he's also asking for is that, hey, like, make sure that I'm secure. I don't even think it's about the money. It's about the guarantee. So make sure that I'm secure. So I'm hoping on Wednesday when John Lynch speaks, I'm hoping it's because they're putting up that number 11 jersey and they're shaking hands with him because they're welcoming him back.
Me too.
To, prepare right before week 1. Let's talk about Trent Williams, though, because this is the scarier one, right? Like, Trent Williams, I talked about him contemplating retirement. You said the bad news thing, and I'm like, oh, shoot. What if it's that? Like, what if Trent Williams is ready to hang up the cleats? Because the report that came out today was that Trent Williams is not planning to show up until the contract, the things in his contract are kind of like ironed out.
Yep.
Why are we not ironing them out?
I don't know. I really do not understand that. You would think that Trent would have been the top priority, would have already been done. Everybody could be secure in knowing that Trent is coming back. And this is just ridiculous that we're almost ready for game time and he's not. I'm hoping that it's going to be this week, though. And I hope it's not bad news. Like, I hope it's good news. Hell, I hope on Wednesday that he announces both. That would be great.
I'm with you 1,000%.
That would be so great.
I'm with you 1,000%. Let's see. We got a couple comments that I'm going to try to make sure I see
okay.
these. So Anthony says, how can you deal or sign deals with someone if they don't know what he wants? I'm blaming BA. Niners gave him a contract and even tried to trade him on BA request. BA turned down everything. So how's this BA's fault? I'm confused why you're blaming Brandon Ayuk. The Niners gave him a contract. He didn't like it. So if you go work for a job and they are willing to pay you $20 an hour, which is probably low, and you want $40 an hour, you're going to sign the contract to work for $20 an hour? I'm not saying I'm just putting it in layman's terms. So you got to kind of think like, yeah, they offered him a contract, but that didn't mean he had to sign it. Like, right? It might not have been good for him. He might not have liked it. And that's okay. That should be okay. As far as the other teams, they've agreed to pay him to make him whatever he wanted as far as pay, but he didn't have to go there neither. Like, he don't want to make his money in New England. Like, the fact that he wants to be in San Francisco should resonate through the spirit of the fan base because he wants to be here. It's not his fault. He costs money. It's not Brandon Ayuk's fault that he outperformed his rookie contract. I'm confused here. So now everybody wants him to take one for the team, take this for the team. What about the other players taking it for the team? Like, anybody else taking it for the team? Christian McCaffrey didn't take it for the team. Christian McCaffrey wasn't even good. Christian McCaffrey showed up and they said, we ain't going to have this conversation. We're going to give you your guarantees right now. And he practiced in OTAs. So
my thing is like, I think I mentioned this earlier, probably in a chat on somebody's thing or whatever. I don't understand, because I've heard that people say that, Trent's under contract. He just needs to play with no guarantees, a left tackle, because the running back that he protected wasn't going to play until he got his guarantees. And nobody had a problem with that. The 49ers, just like, we can't have this. Let's just go ahead and take care of this. But basically screw Trent. Maybe that's one reason why that Trent is like he is now, because he's like, I didn't have to go through all this drama. Or McCaffrey didn't have to go through all of this drama like I'm having to go through. And Trent Williams is the best freaking O-line player in the whole entire NFL. And he is sitting up here squabbling back and forth for some guaranteed money. Do you want to hit the field without having any guaranteed money? Something happens to him, he has nothing. Nothing. Zero. Which is why McCaffrey didn't want to even hit practice without having any money, because he had zero guaranteed money. So this is on the 49ers organization. This isn't on either player. This is on the organization. When you present something to a player and tell them to go out and see what they can find so that you can kind of gauge the market and kind of see what you're looking at.
You're talking about Ayuk now, though.
Yes.
Make it clear. Okay.
Sorry.
You were talking about Trent, so I need you to clarify who you're talking about.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So with Ayuk, that's what they did. They went out and whatever. And you guys got to remember something. I love when people try to excuse the organization. They are fat cat billionaires. They're fine.
Like, how are we going to say
they're fine?
We don't have any sentiment for millionaires, but you got sentiment for the billionaires.
For billionaires.
Make that shit make sense.
This doesn't make any sense.
Let me just remind everybody that football, even though for us it's entertaining, it's a sport, it's a passion, it's a mother freaking business for the 32 owners in the NFL. Some of them are more into football, some of them are just about that money. That's what the NFL has become. It is totally different than what it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and you go back to the old days of Bart Starr years ago. Like it's so different. It's not just a sport anymore. It's a business. And I don't understand why we get frustrated when the business stuff happens. Like, it's part of what trust me, it's frustrating, but it's part of the NFL, like the business part. It's the ugly part. You hear every player say, oh, this is the ugly side of it. This is the ugly side of it. It is an ugly side because guys are pissed at each other, because if you belittle me in some numbers, that's what you think I'm worth?
Right.
You.
George Kittle said when they asked him about how his negotiations were, he said it was brutal. It was the worst thing he'd ever been through. And hopefully he would never have it that hard again. Just because all that stuff wasn't as publicized as this has become doesn't mean anything, because Kittle said that. He literally said that it was brutal. Nick Bosa said it was brutal, said it was awful, that it's awful because you have the organization that's pointing out all of your bad crap. And then you, on the other hand, are putting out all your good film and all this stuff and why you should do this. And the organization is having people to put out stuff. It's all negotiation. It's all negotiation. That's why after all the negotiation is done, they're best friends, because all that is over. Kyle said 1,000,000 times he can't stand this part of the business. Like,
I don't think anybody.
It's crazy.
Can.
Right. Nobody can. It's hard on everybody. All I'm trying to do is say that don't sit up here and talk about how you don't want to feel sorry for no millionaires when you got these billionaires that are the ones that are making these decisions. The 49ers know good and well what they're doing. And whether they want to.
They're trying to figure out where they can cut a couple of corners.
Of course.
No pun intended. But they're trying to figure out where they could cut corners, right? Joe Boyd says this is the owner's fault. I can't blame Jed, because he hired guys to handle this. The only time they will go to Jed is if they need the money to listen. He wants this amount of money. I know you told us this is what our budget is, but this is what he wants. Like, we need him. And so if that's what you mean, Joe, I'm with you, because I know, and this lets you know what's the word I'm looking for when it comes to the positions in football. This lets you know which positions take precedent and which positions don't. And the wide receiver position doesn't take precedent in San Francisco.
Yes.
Right? But
Not here.
But hold up, because remember when they traded the 55 draft picks, first round picks for Trey Lance, Jed York came out his own mouth and said, I'm willing to pay Jimmy Garoppolo to be here. Like, said it both times. I'm willing to do it. Whatever they got to do to take, I want us to win this championship. If that's going to give us the best, I'm willing to do it. And so, like, maybe Jed doesn't feel that way about the wide receiver positions because it's quarterback, tackle, defensive end. I think, and maybe corner. Like if you get a lockdown corner, maybe that would be another premier position. But that's still something, to talk about. So I don't know if this is the owner's fault, but at the end of the day, if it's down to money, if it's down to dollars and cents, Jed can't come in and be like, listen, dog, yeah, yeah, like listen, because I just don't feel like it's about the dollars. I feel like it's about whatever is included in the guarantees of Brandon Ayuk's contract. As far as Trent Williams, I wanted to kind of like rewind that because you were talking about Trent for a second. Listen, Trent Williams is 34 years old. He's a 3-time All-Pro left tackle in the NFL, and the only thing that's missing on his resume is a Super Bowl. If I'm the San Francisco 49ers, I do whatever it takes to make him happy. He's not in practice. He's not there for a reason. So he's not there because he doesn't care. You can't say it's about the money because apparently he don't care about being fined or he would be there. It's about the business. And I think people are forgetting, and like, it's still a business. And his business is, if I show up to practice and I practice and I get hurt for walking on the thing, I'm going to be out of money. So let's say Trent Williams shows up and slips on a marble. He's done. Niners don't owe him a penny.
Right.
Nothing's guaranteed. And that's not even practicing. He just literally we watched Dre Greenlaw run onto a football field in the Super Bowl, and he's done. He was done. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the guarantees is what I need everybody to try to find a way to understand. Listen, I know Trent Williams is getting paid. I know he's the 31 million, 30, whatever. I get it, but it's not guaranteed. And so I think for Trent, it's like, listen, get these guarantees together. I'll be there. And if that's what it is, the Niners need to get on their high horse and get it done, because I know you saw the offensive line in preseason, Peachy. I know they saw the offensive line in preseason, and we all know Trent Williams makes the worst players look that much better. And I said on a show earlier, might have been the Wayne Breezy show. Make sure you guys check it out. I said, Peachy, man, listen, we know Trent Williams. I'm a little concerned about that Jets game because they got a ferocious front and they blitz with the linebackers.
Who you telling?
And I love Brock Purdy, and I want to continue to love Brock Purdy. And if I love Brock Purdy, I'm going to need the Niners organization to love Brock Purdy and do what they got to do to get Trent Williams here. I would rather them focus on Trent at this moment and let BA do what he does. They don't want to trade him, and he doesn't want to go anywhere. That'll figure itself out.
Yes.
I need Brock Purdy.
Yes,
I need him. I need him. I need Brock Purdy to be healthy for a whole season, because we know that the left side is pretty much taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. This is, this is the ugly side of the business that no one wants to discuss. No one wants to talk about. We're going to do it. We're doing it here. And shout out to everybody that's being a part of the conversation. Okay, so what did Bose talk about? But Breezy can't even get YouTube to pay him. Well, that's a whole different conversation. They're telling me that I'm doing something wrong, but they won't tell me which of the things that I did wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like that right there is throwing me a curveball and is messing with me mentally. At least if I did something wrong and I'm on a show, Peachy can constructively criticize me. Hey, you did this, and this. You might want to go back and fix this. That. YouTube's not doing that. And it sucks. But at the end of the day, we showing up, right? And so it's contracts. Like Jack says, people not understanding the contract and the guarantee part. Mm-hmm. I think they understand it, Jax. I don't think they care. I think they just want the players to show up because they want a championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want a championship. And I appreciate that, Boats, man. Thank you for Boats. That. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Jack said we need Trent. Everybody need Trent. I need Trent.
Yep, we do.
You need Trent.
Mm-hmm.
Brock needs Trent. Christian McCaffrey.
No, yes. Let's go there.
How about this? This is the last thing
That
I'll say.
conversation.
This is my last thing I'll say about Trent Williams. Okay? This is the last thing I'll say about Trent Williams. You ready? Trent Williams, for a whole NFL season, had not one, but two 49er players in the MVP race. I'll leave it at that, and y'all could take it however you want it.
I want to address this.
Go ahead.
Boats. Sorry about that. He said Trent signed the deal. He knew about the no guaranteed past year 3. Okay, well, Trent knew about the no guarantees. So did the 49ers. So, I mean, what? Because
Go ahead. I want to speak on that too.
I'm quite sure that Trent did not expect what's going on right now to happen. The 49ers also knew. They're the ones that are always saying that they're way ahead of everything, and they, you know, that they prepared for this and they prepared for that and they prepared for this.
I got you.
Okay. So what's the problem? Because you guys prepared for this, right? You prepared for these things to come up. And that's what I don't understand. That right there. Because you can't just blame the player. The organization knew when he did this deal where his guarantee stopped. And they should have already fixed it.
Let me know when you're ready to tag me in.
Not good. Your turn.
Yep. So a lot of players sign deals and they agree to the terms when they sign the deals, and things are probably promised, not necessarily in a contract, but I'm sure the 49ers said, listen, Trent, here's what we got to offer you, man. Take this money. You'll be the highest paid left tackle in football. We're going to win you some Super Bowls. What happened? Did we win a Super Bowl?
Nope.
No. Guarantees ran out. No Super Bowls. I bet you at that time when Trent signed the contract, Super Bowls were definitely something that was enticing for him to sign. They were going to give them or put the team in the best position to win it. And unfortunately, they couldn't. And now the guarantees have run out. And I don't know how people feel, but there's always room for renegotiating.
One more. This right here.
We're going to get to that. There's always room for renegotiating. Mm-hmm. And renegotiating usually happens. Let's just take it and put it in layman's terms. You work at a regular job. You signed to get paid whatever. I don't know if you noticed, but your job, once they hire you, they always slowly start to put more on your table, right? You'll be like, yo, that's not what you hired me for. I didn't say I could cook, clean, wash dishes, wash floors, and do my work. I didn't say that.
Might as well be that way for me.
But what I'm saying is, so when it comes down to review, and you know what? You don't complain about it. You do it at the best 100% ability. And then when it comes down to that review, listen to me, look at me. That review, when it comes to the review, I got everything documented. I got everything recorded. Listen, I cooked, I cleaned, I fed your kids, I breastfed. I did whatever it was you needed me to do. I didn't complain about it. I was there. Boom, boom, boom. Let's talk about renegotiating and how much you could pay me. Let's get me some more guarantees. How about let's up the security so that I feel comfortable being here and showing up. You know what security is? Security is the word I like to use called appreciation. And you can work and get paid your hourly, whatever, but it's always cool to feel when you're appreciated because you might get a bonus or you might get a extra hello or extra gift or whatever like that. That's showing signs of appreciation, and that makes you say, I'm going to give 110% every time because I didn't even know you appreciated me. I thought I just needed to show up and do my job. So that's not what it's all about. Like it's about him finding a way to get guarantees and security to protect him and his family. Like we all know that football money is the worst money in sports history, right? It's the worst. It's not the best sport to be playing. It's the most dangerous sport to play. And I think there should be it's okay for the players to fight for their guarantees. Collie says, so CMC wanted more guaranteed money and was no problem. And I know people said that CMC showed up. Yeah, he showed up to work because he knew he was going to get guarantees.
He knew that it was coming right away.
Oh yeah, let's keep it a buck. He did not practice. Like he didn't practice that day. He just showed up.
Selective memory.
It's not selective, but it's just good to just remind everybody. And where's my boy? Don't bother me. This will sum this conversation up. We'll move on to something else. Don't bother me. This is the perfect exclamation to the point. That's what BA is fighting for, not to be in Trent's position. That it's people want
Well
Brandon
said.
Ayuk to show up, play on that $14 million contract, and just I tell you what, by a show of hands, thumbs up, hands up. Is Brandon Ayuk, did he outplay his rookie deal? Is he worth more than $14.1 million a year?
Yes.
I can't even see my hand. I can't. Right? So if you believe he's worth more than 14.1, then that's where the negotiating needs to come in. And so I don't care what his number is, as long as he's getting paid what he feels he's worth. And I think if you look at it that way, you might be able to understand what's really going on behind the scenes. And if you pay attention to the body language and all that type of stuff, I mean, I know people didn't like his antics or whatever, but he had to do what he had to do to get the attention of the San Francisco 49ers because they move like the tortoise and the hare.
I was going to say like snails.
Snails.
And literally move.
No. Sloths.
Sloths, exactly.
They move like sloths. Corey, we're talking about it right now, bro. We're talking about it right now. And so with the Brandon Ayuk situation, this is his first contract. He's trying to set. There's nothing wrong with him asking for the bag on the first one because tomorrow's not promised. I'll leave it at that.
That's right. Just
I'll
like
leave it at
Kyle
that.
says, we may not live to see.
I'm not the one to tell people what they're worth. But if you feel he's not worth $30 million, that's on you. But whatever he feels he's worth, he deserves to get.
Yeah.
I'll leave it
I
at
agree.
that. They did not move slow for CMC. Well, we're gonna leave this conversation because I don't want anybody getting mad, right? We just want to feel like PG and I, the Nitty Gritty crew, we never really get a chance to really talk about it. We came back into the season full throttle. We just,
Yes.
but it's what PG is still going on. And it's
right.
not. It's like a never-ending story. This is never-ending story 3. Now that I think about it.
Yes. Never ending story 3.
News and updates, right? So we got to get to our 53-man roster prediction. That's going to take about 30 minutes. So go get you some popcorn, get you something to drink. I am fucking baking down here, bro. I can't wait till the wintertime when I'm freezing, but I could wear hoodies. You know what I'm saying? And get warm. It is hot. At the end of the day, they released running backs Matt Breida and Keyshawn Vaughn, all right? And they waived punter Presley Harvin III and offensive lineman Lewis Kidd. So these particular players are not going to make the 53-man roster. Do you see any of these 4 potentially coming back to the practice squad, though? That was a question I had for you.
Wow. Good question. I still feel like Breida.
Interesting.
I feel like there might have been like a handshake agreement with Breida or something. I really do feel like that Breida could be back. I really
Interesting. Listen, the Niners, they got, 6 running backs now? They got 6 running backs. I just don't see, unless there's a severe injury, to where they're going to offer Breida a job. But he did get to put out some film. He is a veteran in the NFL, and usually veterans get picked up. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
he's
true.
probably going to find himself on a squad. It just might not be San Francisco this year. But it was really cool to see them bring him back.
It was.
I thought that was on point, And let's be honest, like Breida wasn't the same, but he's older. I'm not saying he was slower, but he just wasn't the same. Also, he didn't have that he didn't have the better, he didn't have Trent Williams.
All right.
You know what I mean? So like
Good point.
it's kind of crazy, just to think about it. But that if I had to pick one, I think it might be Keyshawn or Breida. Niners typically tend to go through running backs. Like, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like they typically go through them because they get banged up rather easily. Running backs and wide receivers. Those are the 2 positions that the Niners got to find a way to load up on. But you can't keep everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't keep everybody. As far as the injuries with the team, are there any injuries that you feel stand out to you right now? Ricky Pearsall was back in practice.
In a blue jersey.
In a blue no contact football jersey. Does Ricky Pearsall play week 1?
No. I just don't think he does.
Do you think he's not playing week 1 because Tony Wright, thank you so much for joining, and thank you 49ers Throwback for thanking him. We appreciate that. Why? The only way he doesn't play is if he's injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because other than that, his first round pick ass needs to be out there. I'm sorry. We need
and I 100% agree with that. I just don't know.
Y'all crazy. Yo, that would be fire though. If he came out,
I would love to get one of them. I would have to get that.
A blue. Listen. Let me look. What number does he wear? 14. Oh man, listen. Wait a minute. He's wearing 14. Who wore 14? That was not a quarterback. He played wide receiver.
Oh, I can't think.
Maybe he didn't wear 14. Maybe he wore 17.
Oh, you talking about AJ Jenkins?
No, I'm talking about Jalen Hurd.
Oh, Jalen Hurd. It was
Jalen Hurd. I knew my brain wasn't
14.
deceiving me.
Yeah.
Well, damn it, Ricky, burn that shit. Like, get out of that jersey. Listen,
we need to get rid of number 10. We need to get rid of
Ronnie
number 14.
Bell sucks because of that jersey.
I'm telling you.
Jimmy Garoppolo sucked in number 10. Ronnie Bell sucks in number 10. Kyle Williams was the best number 10 we've ever had until he messed up.
Right.
10 and 14, baby, burn them suckers.
Yes,
listen, I don't burn jerseys, Peachy. I don't burn jerseys. That's not my thing. But I would burn the number 10. Don't burn the name, burn the number. That's how I'm looking at it. That curse, look, what's up, sis? The curse lives on. Yo, that's
just
a bad.
Take out 10 and 14. Just take it out.
Remove them. Remove them. Hey, Faisal, he didn't play. He didn't play though, so like it was okay. like he came in the last game of the year. I think he came in at the end of that Baltimore Ravens game because Brock Purdy threw 75 interceptions. He was fine, right? But you know what? Sam Darnold got his ass as far away from that number 14 in San Francisco as he could because he knew. He knew.
You guys are awesome with the comments tonight. Just fantastic.
Wait, RM. I can't tell. RM. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic
I know.
or not. But I thought he was good. I thought Kyle Williams was the man. He wasn't a top wide receiver, but he was a burst, a ball of energy. He was a great returner until that freaking NFC Championship game against the Giants. It was he disappeared. That was so bad he disappeared.
I will never forget that game ever in life.
I'm not trying to take us back down memory lane. I do apologize. It just hit me that Ricky Pearsall is wearing number 14. And the last time a wide receiver wore that number, 14, he couldn't get right. I'm just saying.
That's
Need
a
him to
good
change his
point.
number. And the fact that you brought up number 10, I ain't seen a good number 10 since Kyle Williams. So that's the curse. I'm not sure. I'm not. Y'all gonna leave us alone. That's what I thought. Kyle Williams was dope. Like, he was dope. I'm saying he was dope. Like, he was dope. You knew you had a shot at a return. He was sure-handed with the ball until that one game. I don't know. Maybe he had butterflies in his stomach. Or,
Throwback said maybe he was betting on the Giants.
Maybe he was shaving the game. You know what, Throwback?
Maybe.
You know why I said that? He did it not once, but he did it twice.
Right? Twice. That's what made it worse.
I'm not going to pull that comment up, Throwback. I'm not going to pull that comment up.
That's what made it worse. He did it twice.
Let's get to this 53-man roster. Listen, practice was good. Oh, wait a minute. It was a highlight. It was one highlight in practice. One.
Oh, goodness.
No. Oh, goodness me. Y'all motherfuckers gonna listen. It was one highlight in practice. Brock Purdy, QB1, threw a bomb downfield to wide receiver 14. Ronnie Bell over Jair Brown's head. And it would have been a touchdown. But unfortunately, it was in the move the ball period, and they were continuing to move the ball. But he burnt the coverage down. He ran a perfect route. It was a perfect throw. If these quarterbacks stop throwing the ball way up like he's 17 feet tall, hit him in the back of the head, he'll probably be a better pass catcher. I'm not saying that because that's my guy. I'm not saying that because he's a Michigan Wolverine, former Wolverine. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying y'all got to stop shitting on these players because it'll always be their fault.
Strawberry React said it was Chris Conley.
Nah, bruh. It was Ronnie Bell. Don't Chris Conley my ass. Don't mess up my moment. Don't do that, Strawberry Reacts. Nah. It was Ronnie Bell. Ronnie Bell. It was Ronnie Bell. I know it was Ronnie Bell. Anyway, y'all gonna give him some love. He not gonna make this roster, but it is what it is. He don't have stone hands. If the ball's thrown to him, he usually catch. He had one drop in the preseason. Now he got stone hands.
Who was the last stone hands person that we called that? Let's see. Let's do a little Niner trivia real quick.
Oh, wait. We could go. Jawan Jennings couldn't catch to save his life.
No. We
Kendrick
had
Bourne
one
couldn't
that
catch.
we called stone hands way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
We called him stone hands. Like when he came to the 49ers, that's what he came to the 49ers as. Who remembers that during the Harbaugh era?
I think they're misconstruing what I'm saying before we get to your thing.
Oh,
sure. I said in practice. Not in the game. It was today's practice. It was one highlight in today's practice.
We talking about practice.
Right. It was today's practice. I'm just saying he got an opportunity to get. He did play. He played. Okay. Did I read the report wrong? Maybe I read the report. Either the report was written wrong or I read the report wrong.
Okay, so the stone hands person is not a wide receiver. It was in the secondary. Carlos Rogers. They used to call him stone hands all the time.
All the balls were thrown at him and he dropped them.
Exactly.
He could have had 30 interceptions that season.
Exactly. And they kept calling him stone hands.
And he dropped them.
Stone hands Rogers. I'll never forget that.
That is too funny. Like too funny. Hold on, because I want to pull up the report that I read. And maybe I read it wrong. And if I read it wrong, my apologies.
Breezy could have been overexcited.
I could have been overexcited, but I usually don't read wrong. Like
right.
That ain't me.
Right.
But I'll go back and I'll reread it. And I'll reread it. But I don't want to get flagged for this.
Steve-O, that's a nightmare for real that I really want to forget about.
See, y'all supposed to move on from these. Okay. Ooh. So I'm not gonna say where I got this from because I don't want YouTube to get me, and I don't even want to read it. I'm gonna paraphrase it. All right. So here's the report: the biggest play of the day for the offense came in the move the ball period when QB1 dropped a perfectly placed deep ball to wide receiver 14, 13, 12. Where y'all make it sound like he ain't going to make the roster. That would be Ronnie Bell. Over coverage.
I thought Ronnie Bell was number 10. Is he not?
He is number 10.
Okay, no.
This was of the. No. I'm saying he's QB. He's wide receiver. When I say wide receiver 14, I mean as far as the depth.
Oh, got you.
Sorry, I didn't. Okay. Y'all not understanding.
Yeah, that's why
saying.
they're confused because they're.
I didn't say. I didn't say he wore number 14. I said wide receiver 14. I was being facetious.
Okay, now that they're all on the same page now. They got you.
Okay, but I also said his name was Ronnie Bell.
Yes,
but I get what you're saying. Okay, right. but I get it. We here. Let's get to this goddamn 53-man roster thing because this is going to probably cause some confusion.
Oh, yeah.
And before we do that, we are sponsored. We got a new sponsor for the Nitty Gritty show. It's called Play Locker. If you guys, this is a dope fantasy football app, and it's a little different than regular fantasy football. You can pick each and every week. So make sure you guys go to your app store on your phones. Download the app. It's called Play Locker Live. It is really, or Locker Live. It is really dope. It's like a purple app. They are sponsoring the show. Listen, you search, once you download the app, search for TWBN. That's my league. I want you guys to join that league. All right. Use the code LFG50 and they will match your first deposit up to $50. So again, go ahead, do that right now while we're taking this quick break for our sponsors over at Locker. It's a really cool app, and here's the promo that we got kicked off. Be a part of the Live Fantasy League. Season's underway. Join now because that promo ends very shortly. All right, very shortly. All right, Peachy, let's get down to the 53-man roster prediction. We gave them 45 minutes of shit.
It was fantastic.
It was fantastic. It's good shit.
Good shit.
The doo-doo. All right, you ready? Let's get to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth. Peachy's going to give me her quarterbacks. I'll give my quarterbacks. I'll be typing them in here as we speak. Peachy, I'm just curious, like the 49ers, that new quarterback rule is crazy. Whatever.
Yeah, kind of jacked us up, but okay.
It did, because now we're like, damn it.
Right.
All right. So how many quarterbacks you got keeping, and who are you keeping as your quarterbacks?
I have 3 quarterbacks.
Okay.
Of course, Purdy.
So we got Brock. Mm-hmm. I think I'm just going to get yours. No one needs to know mine. No one cares about mine. I'll do mine on videos. I'm just going to get Peachy. So Brock, you got Brock. I've called him Brocky. You got Brock Purdy. Next.
Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs. Is he your QB too? Because you said him second.
Yes.
Okay.
He is my QB too.
I'm assuming you're going Brandon Allen. But
Brandon Allen.
Okay. I didn't know if he was going to go with Mordecai.
No.
Okay.
Josh and Brandon Allen. And please feel free to put yours in the comments out there.
Yeah, put yours in the comment. All right. So I'll do mine later, Mo's obviously, but let's get Peachy's list and then I'll go through mine. All right. So you got 3 QBs. How many running backs are you taking and who are they?
Okay. I have 3 running backs.
Okay, let's go. Let's get it. This is your list. I love it.
CMC.
Yep, got him.
Jordan Mason, number 2.
Oh, so he's your RB2. Okay, got him.
Elijah Mitchell, number 3.
Ooh, you done let go some of them young pups. You went with the injured pup. I like it. All right, so Christian McCaffrey, Jordan Mason, Elijah Mitchell. I'm not paying attention to the chat, Peachy, so if there's a lavish comment, as long as it's not rude or whatever, you can feel free to read it.
You.
All right. Let's go with your wide receivers. How many are you keeping?
Kenny Niner says, Alan, pull up a seat. You're fired.
He's fired. I like it. I like this.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Fullback, course, Juice.
Okay. So let me just add that in there because,
that's always.
I include him in the running backs.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Understood.
But
Gotcha.
Kyle, guess what? I can spell his freaking name. I am dope.
Wow. Because I still cannot.
Mm-hmm. It's that ZCZYK. I'm trying to
I
ZCZYK.
still cannot.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Oh, yes. So wide receivers. I have 6 wide receivers.
Ooh, spicy.
Deebo Samuel, Sr.
Deebo Samuel. I got to put senior now, don't I?
Yes.
Okay, because he's not a junior anymore. I got you.
Brandon Ayuk.
I'm hitting buttons that I ain't supposed to hit because I didn't know. Okay, Brandon Ayuk. I didn't know he was going to play. All right, Brandon Ayuk.
Jawan Jennings.
Jawan Jennings.
Jacob Cowing.
Jacob Cowing. People
Chris
talk about
Conley.
type slow. Kiss my ass. Chris Conley.
Ricky Pearsall.
Oh shit.
All right.
That's solid. That's a solid 6.
And then tight ends, I have 3.
Mm-hmm.
George Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Saubert.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about Eric Saubert?
Cameron Latou from you. That's all I know about Eric Saubert.
Oh, you put lot too?
Mm-hmm.
This gonna be I think the tight end room is gonna be the most spiciest because
Yes, me too.
they typically go with 3.
Mm-hmm.
Does Kyle pull a curveball and go with 4? All right, let's get to the offensive line. I'm not going to differentiate if they play tackle or whatever.
Lord. Okay.
Just give me your offensive lineman. Just curious to know what's your total if you have it.
Total is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, that sounds about right. All right, so let's get your offensive line. Do you want me to name the starting offensive line?
I have Trent Williams and Jalen Moore.
Okay, so you went with the tackle and the backup.
Aaron Banks.
I
have Nick Zakel.
That's nothing wrong with that. Listen, Zakel has been playing.
I know.
No, he's been playing really good football.
I was watching your show, No Harm, or the BAM show today. The BAM show. Yes.
We were going in on these dudes, man. That was fun. Mike is the only.
That was
person
a fun show, guys. If you guys are not catching these, Breezy and Mike, every day around 4:00 on either Nothing But Niners or the Wayne Breezy, you guys are missing out.
It's a good show. I can tell you right now, Mike be making me want to curse, but I realize how much I love him, so I'd be like,
Mike was wild today, media. He was.
That cat was on something different, and you know what it was? That freaking green Lipton and orange zest tea, whatever he was drinking.
Stuff that he had mixed in that tea.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, all right. Mike, like, how do you talking about me? Because that's what we do, bro. All right,
all the time.
Nick Zakel. I actually like Nick Zakel. He actually played with the ones today, so like this is pretty good. Go ahead.
Jake Brindle, Drake Nugent.
Whoa. So if I would have picked Drake Nugent, meaning this fan base, would have crucified me. But you picked Drake Nugent and no one's saying anything. I could figure deal it. All right, keep going.
Okay. My boy, Dominique Pooney.
Rookie of the year. Go
Spencer Burford.
Ooh, Big Spence back in action. He was doing drills today.
John Feliciano.
John Feliciano is currently injured, and we'll see how that pans out. But we got him making the roster.
Colt McKivitz.
And then our starting right tackle. Here's what I think. Like, if McKivitz continues to struggle, when Feliciano comes back, or Spencer Burford, I would love to see what Spencer Burford can do at the tackle spot. That's why I think he's on this roster, because of his versatility. So that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, we're going to switch. Are we done with offense?
Yes.
All right, the defense.
All righty. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, I think. 14,
you
15,
got 15 defensive linemen?
Oh, no. I didn't know how the category was. That's the total defense. I'm sorry. Hold on. No. I do not. Sorry.
Girl.
No. Okay.
I don't even think we got 15 on the team.
No, we don't. I thought you had it like you had the O lineman. I thought you just had it like with just one, like.
You could do the edges and the interior guys.
Well, it's fine. I have them all split up. I tried to be neat.
That's fine. Just
Leonard Floyd.
Yep. Just give them to me. Yep. Leonard Floyd.
Gross Matos. Yatur Gross dash Matos. Yeah. Jonathan Garvin.
I like Jonathan Garvin. I think that was a good pickup.
Malik Collins. Kevin Givens.
Ooh.
I have Javon Hargrave. Jordan Elliott.
Talking about I type slow. Y'all could kiss my ass. I heard whoever made that comment earlier, kiss my ass. Go ahead.
Nick Bosa. Robert Bill Jr.
Ooh, I like Yo, I was looking at Robert Bill Jr. and I almost didn't recognize him. I'm like, who the freak is 51?
Yeah.
Right? Because he was bigger. Robert Bill Jr. was a little tiny mother trucker, right?
Yep.
That dude, he done gained some, he done stacked up. Like, yeah. And how many you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a good number, Peachy. That's a good number for the line. I think that's what they do. You went 10 O linemen, 9 defensive linemen. I actually like that. Here's where it's going to get tricky. You got to hit me with these linebackers.
Okay, so Dre Greenlaw.
All right, and we'll talk about some of these players in a little bit after I get your list. Go ahead.
Devondre Campbell.
That's that freaking comma.
Yeah.
Apostrophe, I mean.
D. Winters. Of course, Fred Warner.
He's supposed to be mentioned first, but okay.
And I have Curtis Robinson.
Oh, the vetty vet. Mm-hmm. All right, so you got 5 linebackers. Mm-hmm. Okay. Corners.
Charvarius Ward.
Mm-hmm. Mooney.
Diamador Lenore.
Demo.
Daryl Luter Jr.
Darrell
Luter Jr. Sorry about that.
No, you're right. It's Daryl. I was just making fun. It's Daryl.
Yeah. You probably say it either way, depending on whether you knew it or
Get his
not.
name right.
Isaac Yadam. Renardo Green.
Renardo the Rook.
Yep.
Ooh, I can't wait to do mine.
And then safety, I have Talanoa Hufanga.
Talanoa Hufanga.
Jair Brown.
This is a tough one because of that stupid apostrophe.
Malik Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Okay. So now get on there. Of course, the kicker is Jake Moody. The punter is Mitch Wish. The whatever the H stands for, I forgot. That's Mitch Wish. The punt returner, I have Ronnie Bell. The kick returner, I have Isaac Garendo.
So I'm gonna put them in their categories then.
Okay, no problem. That's fine. You can put them in there. Yeah. So I do have
H stands
Garendo.
for holder too, by the way.
Holder. That's what it was. That's right. I'm trying to remember.
Mitch Wish now ski. All right, and then long snapper would be Tabor Pepper, so he gets a spot.
Yes.
All right, so you have 7 wide receivers.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Listen, I ain't here to crucify you.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying. Yeah, I put Garendo as a kick returner.
And then you have 4 running backs.
Yes.
That looks like it. I feel like I spelled it wrong. Garendo. All right. That's 53 people?
Let me see. Let's see, I have to go back.
So we got 1, 2, 3.
Might
We
be
got
55.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Because
8,
of the extras.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. You got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So let me just put 28 in your offense. We got 3 in special teams. All right, let's go to defense. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, Peachy can add. She got the add and down pack, right? Because that's 50, right? And then you add the 3, and that's the 53. Now, we're going to play with this because we're going to help Peachy out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right? Because now, technically, Peachy can add a few more players, and I'll explain why. All right? So, Peachy, you can add, we got 2 players, I believe, that are going to be on the PUP, which means they will not count for a roster spot.
Correct.
So you can give me 2 players we can give me a player for Greenlaw. You can give me a player for Talanoa Hufanga. Do you want to add another safety and another linebacker, or do you have 2 other players?
I think that I would add another safety.
All right. So which safety are you looking to add?
Let me see here. To look at my little list here. Okay, so who I would like to add safety, I will go with George Odom.
Okay, so we got George Odom there. I would have had him there as well. And linebacker Greenlaw will be on the PUP. Now, while Peachy's giving me, are you going to another linebacker or are you going to a different position?
No, I'm going to a different position.
Okay.
Let's go with...
So that means on your roster, you're 53, you got 3 linebackers.
Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? That is where I need to go. And I'm going to go with Tatum Bethune.
Ooh, with the 7th round draft pick?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Tatum
Peachy
Bethune.
gets spicy. Oh, snap. All right. So now I know we added 2 more players at 53 to give us 55. You're also, I believe, you're going to get an extra player, and I'm going to put him on the offensive line for you. I believe that's going to be Isaac Alarcon because he is the international player.
Yes, that's right.
All right. So I'm just going to add him, and I'll put IPP, so he'll be extra. So Trent Williams, you can he's not technically on the roster.
Right, I know.
So he doesn't make the squad. So do we remove Trent and keep it at the 55?
I guess we're gonna have to.
It's
That
weird.
thought is just so painful.
Yeah, I'm gonna put his name in italics, but he's on the
Right.
did not
Yeah,
report
but you're
list.
right. You're right.
And technically, Trent Williams right now is retired. Technically.
Right now on this depth chart, they have him 3rd on the depth chart. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. I can't. So
It's
that
crazy.
number is 55. All right, so let me do mine. Let's see how quick I can get mine out. So I'm going to go with you as well with the 3 quarterbacks. I just think that's a Kyle Shanahan thing. Josh Dobbs, Brandon Allen. Now help me do my counting because I'm going off the top of my head. I'm just not prepared. All right. As far as running backs, I got the same running backs that you have. Why am I sitting here retyping this stuff? I could just do this. I'm so stupid. All right. I go boom, boom. I put the fullback in there too. Kyle Juszczyk, bam, bam. Wide receivers, you got the same receivers. So let me get that. We both got 7 receivers. Interesting. Didn't think we would have 7 receivers. The number is usually 6. Tight ends. This is where it gets tricky. I'm going to change my tight ends up. So I'm going to go, you went Kamla too. I'm going to go Braden Willis just because. All right. So let me just copy. Oh, this is way easier than I thought. I thought I was going to have to rename. So I'm going 3 tight ends too, but I'm just going to change the last one if that's okay.
Gotcha.
And you got Kamla too. I'm going to go Braden Willis here. All right. Offensive line. I think you hit the nail on the head. I'll go with the same offensive lineman that you got. Oh, I'm going to change a couple of them up. I'm sorry. All right. So I'm going to take out Drake Nugent. I'm going to put in Brandon Parker. Tackle. I'm going to take out. No, I think that works. I think that's it. Maybe Hubbard, Chris Hubbard. Let me just add Chris Hubbard to the list.
Yeah.
All right, so I think I got 1 extra guy. All right, defensively. My defensive line is going to look almost identical to yours, I believe. You got 9 players. I think I might go with 1 less. Let me just double check. All right, so defensive line, I got Floyd, Matos, Garvin, Collins, Givens, Hargrave, Elliott, Bosa, Beal. I'm gonna take Givens out.
Yes, Kenny, it has turned out to be a very nice draft class. You're absolutely right about that.
This might be one of the best draft
Yes.
classes if everybody pans out, including Ricky Pearsall.
Absolutely.
Like this might be their best draft class of all time.
Yes.
For under this regime is what I'm
I
saying.
agree.
Yeah. Way to pull that up. All right. So linebackers, I'm going to go with the same, except for I'm going to change 2 of them. So I'm going to go with DFF over Curtis Robinson. Do I have to spell out his whole name? Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. And I'm going to go with Tatum Bethune. But I'm gonna give it to Jalen Graham.
I was iffy between putting him in there. It was like, oh, I wouldn't mind if Graham was one of them. So Strawberry Reacts, it was not really the first without Adam Peters, because remember, he's the one that basically like put our board together, and then he like stole a bunch of players that he could get
he took all our dudes
off the board, because he also took some scouts with him also to Washington too. So that was kind of not, but you know, it was a really, really excellent draft class that the 49ers still get credit for. So either way.
You know what, PG? I think I got one extra player, and I got to figure it out. So somebody's going to have to move off. All right. We got the same safeties. All right. And let me just add the special team. Your copy and pasting is a gift.
It really is. It's amazing.
Lord, I love you. I love it. Man, I thought I was going to have to sit here and go off the dime. Got nothing in front of me but this. All right. Now, what I didn't do was count. So I got, I'm going to put the number in parentheses. I got 3 safeties, and then you can add them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 corners.
Okay.
So that's 9 in the secondary. But it's really 8 because Hufanga won't count. So just add up the total, and then we'll subtract the guys that are going to come off. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 linebackers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I might have to remove one of these linebackers. 6 linebackers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defensive linemen. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 offensive linemen. That's too many. So I'm going to take off somebody just off the top. I think I'm going to take off Chris Hubbard. So I'm going to put 11 here. I've got 7 receivers. I might trim that down to 6. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 running backs, 1 fullback, 3 quarterbacks. Were you able to add those up?
I was trying to look and see. 3, 4.
So 3 plus 4. Oh,
I got it right here.
Oh, what is it? What's my number?
No. I was doing it. 3 plus 4 plus, let's see, 1 plus 7. Then you got 3 tight ends, 3, and then what's that? 11 linemen. I got 29.
So you got 29 offensive.
All
right. Is that one more than what you had?
Yes, because I had 28.
All right. Now, how many defensive? I got, I didn't do the line. I thought I did. Oh, no, I didn't do the line. I put D line here. I got 8. 8 D linemen.
Okay.
6 linebackers.
Got it.
6 corners.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4 safeties.
Okay.
What's that number?
24.
All right. So what's my total?
So 24, 29, 53.
That is not 53. Oh, add the 3 players
together.
for special teams.
Oh, yeah. Got you. Okay.
Add the special teams. That's 56.
56. Yes.
I got to get rid of a player. Oh, shit. Okay, so I'm not going to let y'all look at me. I'm going to get rid of, can y'all guess? All right, how about this? You know what? Can you guys see my list out there? All right, so let's start this off. Y'all are going to get rid of one of my players, right? All right, you're going to get rid of one of my players. Do you want me to get rid of an offensive player or a defensive player? Let me know
Gotta say.
in the chat. They get to pick. Offensive player or defensive player? What they saying? Because I'm not looking. They said defense. Oh, well, okay. I got 1, 2. I got 3 offense. Usually I go with the first 3. Sam, Pocket the Cheesecake, and Boat says offensive player. So we got to go to the offense. All right. Which position should I eliminate a player from? All right. Is it going to be I should have did a poll, but I'm not watching on YouTube. Is it going to be the quarterbacks, the running backs, the wide receivers, or the offensive line? Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, or offensive line. I'm not getting rid of any of my tight ends.
Looks like wide receivers winning. Sam from Facebook said wide receiver.
They think they slick.
Papa J, wide receiver.
I'm not even going to ask y'all, man.
You already know what wide receiver.
I'm just going to do it, man. Y'all dirty, man. Y'all, that's kind of messed
Jack's
up, man.
wide receiver.
Oh, Jax is in it on it too? Okay.
And Kenny just out front said wide receiver Bell. He's the only one that said which wide receiver.
Okay. All right. I got y'all.
Pocket's trying to be funny. He said wide receiver BA.
So I don't think he's trying to be funny. I'm not laughing at you. You might be right. Nah, D Smitty, they dead run. They knew they wanted Ronnie Bell, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. It's fine. Okay. So I left it in their fate. And that's our 53-man roster prediction. Listen, we're going to chop this up, put this out.
Yep.
Peachy, tomorrow is going to be a crazy day of reckoning for a lot of the players.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And listen, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and for all the players that are watching this show, or families or whoever's watching this show, we know that it is definitely hard to deal with because a lot of players have families and everything like that. It could be a player that just moved their family there that has to move again. It's very, very crucial. So we are sending our prayers up to all of the players that are maybe without an NFL team by the end of this, that you will still be successful, and that you never know. I mean, the NFL is so crazy because people just, there's always needs for stuff because people get hurt. Like, I'm just going to keep it real. Like, this nitty gritty, I'm going to tell you, there's always unexpected players that get hurt. So don't get too comfortable on the couches because they might be calling you right back.
So we got a couple of questions, Peachy. Thank you for saying that. Aaron Granado says quarterback for emergency shouldn't count. Well, they changed the rule, right? The rule changed.
Yes.
So you have to add a third quarterback to your roster. There's no more emergency quarterback.
Right.
Like, rule. It changed today. How about that, Aaron? Like today.
Of course it did.
Like today. Let that sink in. Like they were like,
of course it did.
They were like, Kyle Shanahan was gonna keep that. They got rid of that emergency quarterback free option joint.
So you are going to have 3 quarterbacks and they are each going to count as a roster spot. So where you may have thought that you could have that, I'm telling you now that you have to have a roster spot for all 3 quarterbacks if you keep 3 quarterbacks.
So
they take up a roster spot.
There are 55 players on Peachy and I's list, right? There's 55 players, but 2 of the players we designated to the PUP.
Mm-hmm.
So we added 2 more players.
Yes.
And Matt, we probably could add 2 more because if Trent is currently not really on the roster, you could add another player. And Isaac Alarcon is an extra player that doesn't take up a roster spot because he's an international player.
That's true.
So I think technically we can add more. Now, check this out. I will say this. If Ronnie Bell makes the 53, I'm doing a show and I'm coming for you. Everybody, too. It's just a show of me coming for you. So just be here tomorrow. Like, it will be an extra live show. I don't give a fuck who's live. I'm doing the show. And I'm coming for you and you and you and you and you and you and you. And I'm not coming for Peachy because Peachy put him on her list. But I'm coming for y'all because y'all told me to take him off my list. So y'all make sure y'all clear some time with y'all families tomorrow. It makes this 53-man roster. I'm coming. Straight up. Bo said IG over Bell. Listen, y'all. Listen, I get it. I totally get it. You know, I don't know if he's a bust. I haven't seen enough of him to be a bust.
I tell you who is worse than Ronnie Bell.
Oh, Trent Taylor?
And that's Trent Taylor.
Yeah.
And I may have to creep on there and have a bitch fest if Trent Taylor makes this team over Ronnie Bell too.
Well, you know, that's a Kyle guy. As a George Kittle Kyle guy.
I'm telling you.
George Kittle is in the Cabo Club, right? Was Trent Williams on those trips, even though he wasn't? I felt like Trent Taylor was there, not Trent Williams. Trent Taylor felt like he was on the trips.
Of course, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. They hang out
he's making the roster
all season long. Just see,
he's making
George
the roster.
Kittle's. Whenever he had that interview when we played the Titans, and they were talking to him about excited he was about having Trent Taylor back on the squad.
He's making the roster.
It's ridiculous.
He's making the roster. Look, Papa J says Taylor over Bell plus Gray. I didn't even mention. None of us mentioned Danny Gray. He's injured again, isn't he? Like,
yes.
Sorry, he wasn't at practice today.
Okay, yeah, we don't know if he was injured or not because they didn't come out and say it.
I have them waiving him, and then bringing him back to the practice squad. Some players you can draft, and I think will revert back to. I think the 49ers practice squad this year is going to be relatively young.
Yes,
I don't think it's going to be a super deep veterans with the 7 vets. They have 17 spots for practice squad players. 7 of them are designated for vets, but that does not mean that they have to use vets to put out there. You know what I mean? He says Kingston was the second best lineman, and Cam, I don't know if he was the second. He struggled in that Saints game. I didn't think he was good.
He sure did.
So he might have been in camp, but I need real football. I need to see and real football. But what a great show. Shout out to everybody. We have over 300 people watching us live. Feels good. The numbers are back. Listen, we need you guys to a couple of announcements we got to make before we dip up out of here. We need you guys to, one, subscribe to the YouTube channel at The Wayne Breezy. All right, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe right there on YouTube. That's where the Nitty Gritty Niners show is. If you love this show, you love Peachy, make sure you subscribe to that channel. All right, that's where you're gonna get the show. Now, with that being said, Nitty Gritty Niners Talk will be moving to the Patreon. All right, there is a Patreon, and the Patreon is www.patreon.com/The Wayne Breezy. Now listen, I'm doing a giveaway for the Patreon. If I can get 49 subscribers by Friday, new subscribers, and trust me, I know when they new, I ain't got many. So 49 new subscribers. All you got to do is subscribe to the red, the gold, or the black. There are 3 options for you. Subscribe to that. You're going to win an autographed jersey of a player, and it's going to be random. I can tell you right now, it could be BA, it could be Frank Gore, it could be Elijah Mitchell, it could be any 49er player that I have currently here, and it will be a random drawing, and it'll be a random player giveaway. So listen, they're autographed, they're authenticated. If you guys like memorabilia, you're going to want to participate in that. But listen, that's where the shows are going to be starting September 2nd. So next Monday night, this show will be exclusive live for the Patreon members. So make sure you get on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/The Wayne Breezy. If you sign up for the black tier, you get all the videos, the film analysis, and all that good stuff. But if you just want the $5 tier to where you can get the Wayne Breezy show, Nitty Gritty Niners Talk show, and I think I'm going to be making the BAM show into the $10 tier. I think the BAM show is going to go to the gold tier. So make sure you guys sign up, man, so you don't miss out on the live shows. All right, guys, we appreciate you. Peachy, any final thoughts before we dip up out of here?
No, I just wanted to say that I appreciate all of you for watching. Great crowd, great family crowd. Love it, love it, love it. You guys were so interactive in the chats, and we really, really appreciate all the love and support that you guys give us each and every day. You guys are awesome. If you just continue to share the shows, get the word out, let them know, especially about the Patreon. We do have that floating on social media. If you have any questions, you can hit up Wayne Breezy on all his platforms, or myself, and we'll be more than welcome to answer those questions for you. But it was a great show, guys. Tomorrow's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. So be prepared for anything, because you never know. Appreciate all of our Facebook watchers. We really appreciate you guys as well for tuning in with us.
Yes. Thank you so much for the final closing thoughts. Nitty Gritty Niners Talk. You know how it is. Every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Even when there's Monday Night Football. Hell, we might be watching Monday Night Football together, talking about how the teams suck. All right? So listen, make sure you tune in. Have your alerts set to all. Subscribe to the channel. Until the next time, keep it nitty gritty. We out, y'all. Peace.
Hey,
Breezy, gritty, this that Niners
Mo's
talk.
nose. Peachy,
This that Niners
it's
talk.
about that time. Everybody turn your TVs on. The Mo's knows Peachy, Breezy, and Fair to God. They keep it nitty gritty when they bring you Nine to talk. We two gorillas, silverback, nah, silver
You know it's
hawks.
busting the discussion cause we get it in. Every time you know we grinding, I was 8 to 10. We always play to win. The faithful going hard. It's Wayne, Breezy, Peachy, Mo's nose, and Fear to God. Let's get it.
Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. We outline players up in chalk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk. Niners talk. Nitty gritty, this the Niners talk.